Hello and welcome back. You may notice I'm on a sofa. I'm in my living room actually. I've decided to get away with the dungeon downstairs after a couple months of being ill, and you will see I've put a few of the races I've been at from short to long, and yeah, there are plenty more, but these are kind of the cool ones. You know, we've got some Red Bull going on, we've got World Championships, we've got, oh, I wasn't racing for the World Championship, I'm not that good. Cliff Bar 10 Peaks, that was the worst race in my entire life. It took 23 hours to do 50 miles with 5,500 metres of climbing, but I finished with 57 minutes to spare and got kicked out of my B&B 2 hours later, so it wasn't the best experience. But anyway, we are here for products. What I've been sent today is something I've bought personally. I've been speaking to the brand a lot, but it's something I've bought. I've not been told what to say. I'm not an ambassador. I'm not being endorsed. Friction, anti-friction, anti-chafe creams are a subject a lot of us like to ignore because, let's face it, it's so much cooler to talk about trainers and sunglasses and watches and where you're going to go to run in the mountains. However, once you've had some chafing or you're stuck with a rash, it really puts a downer on things. So getting some proper skincare is really good advice. And also, think of it as like your recovery. If you're prepared properly and you're hydrating, you're eating, you're stretching, you're mobilizing, you're doing strength work, you're running, you're sleeping, you're relaxing, it all adds up to the bigger picture. And it's one of those details, but it can make a huge difference. Just like making sure your socks haven't got a wrinkle in them, which causes a blister, which ruins your run, and it takes you out for a couple of weeks. So I will actually get on to why you are here. So I have Premax's anti-friction cream. I've got the home edition. This is for your cabinet at home in your bathroom, so when your friends are around rooting around, they look at that and go, my god, what is that for? And then you've also got the 50ml travel edition, so great for carry-on luggage. I keep this in my personal wash bag everywhere I go. So I've always got some cream with me, because if someone goes, let's go for a run, or let's go for a ride, I'm good to go. So, the anti-friction cream, it is a lot runnier than the balm. It's not too oily. The great thing with this is it doesn't stink too much, and it doesn't just get into your clothes and you find that they stink and your girlfriend thinks it's your sweat and it turns out to be the cream you're using. Anti-friction cream, I've been using this for about a year. I use it on pretty much every run and ride, and I soon know if I haven't because things aren't as pleasant. It's great for sticking down your nether regions and even around your nipples if you're one of those people that struggles with a shirt or a jersey rubbing. And it's got tea tree oil in it. I haven't got a lisp, but sometimes I feel like I have, and that's great for keeping things antibacterial. There is a huge list at the back of ingredients that you can find on the website if you want to know more. It's used by national federations of cycling for football, used by professional teams in the World Tour for cycling, it's used by the Premier League, it's used by loads of people. It's tested in Australia and it's created by physios, so they're people that spent a lot of time obviously working with athletes and working with a lot of other physios who work with more athletes, and it's from that side of the business, which is really, really sweet. And we've also got the sports sun cream. Now, when I was in Chamonix last year, I wore this every day. Okay, actually I lied to you. I didn't wear it on the first day in the mountains and I got burnt. Every other day I made sure I wore it. Now, I've used this up to 2,500 metres. Obviously, the higher you go, the thinner the air. I don't know why I did that. The thinner the air, and therefore you're going to get burnt quicker. And I went in September, so it was bloody warm. Like my hats were coming back completely white after even a 2-3 hour run. I didn't feel the need to put it back on when I was running, though I did carry this with me. And yeah, I didn't get burnt from then onwards. Now it's SPF 50+, so it's kind of hitting that higher standard. It shuts out all the UVA and UVB rays that do you damage, that can cause obviously much more severe problems longer term. And the best thing for me is the texture. So it's nice and slippery. It's not thick. It's not oily, so I'm rubbing it into my hands now to get rid of it. And yes, of course, you're going to have a little bit of tackiness when you just put it on, but unlike some sun creams that are designed for, say, high altitude or high sweat activities, it's not really thick and oily. Now, when you finish the run, when you finish the ride, whatever it is, when you use those really, gnarly ones, you're sat there with your nails just ripping them into your skin, trying to get the stuff off because it's so good, it's actually a nightmare. Whereas this seems to strike that balance. It's got all the protection you need, it just lasts for ages. It says on the front, it's 4 hours water resistant, and obviously if you're going in and out of water, if you're swim running, if you're triathlon, if you're a swimmer, you're going to need to apply it more. However, I found I was using it up to 7 hours and I sweat like crazy, and it made no difference. It was awesome. So that's the other side of it. It isn't as thick and heavy, and therefore you don't feel like it may stay on your body, on your skin, but it does. And when I'm out doing my exercise, as much as I carried this around, I forgot about it until I got back, took it out of my pack and went, why did I carry that? So these two products are really, really cool in that respect. They're inexpensive, they last, and they work. So they have my wholehearted recommendation behind them. I'm not quite sure really what that means for you, but yeah, these are brilliant. Both of these actually live in my wash bag. I just keep them there all the time, so when I go away, I'm ready to go. And this is the home edition. This is the show off one. This sits in my bathroom looking proud, and if you want to go, I am a runner, I am a ultra endurance athlete, I like cycling, stick this on your windowsill and you'll impress everyone that comes around, or something like that. Anyway, I will put Premax's links in the description below. They're not affiliate links, they're nothing to do with purchasing, that's just purely there for you to find out more, to actually learn more about the company if you so wish. And I'll speak to you soon. See ya!